Farmer Mike. Good morning. Farmer Mike from Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm in the Jazz District where it lives with another impromptu masterclass. But before I go in, don't forget to stop by my world famous YouTube channel, Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Over 520 videos, all dedicated to urban farming. Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Hope you can see me okay. It's kind of a little sunny out here at the big farm in the field, checking on some of the crops, giving you this impromptu master class. And I'm gonna go in today. So like and share this video, subscribe. Just stepped over a watermelon. Oh, everybody loves the watermelon. Everybody loves the babies, and she's getting there. She's getting there. She's running. Oh, yeah. And this one's further along. She's getting there, too. Getting there, too. Getting there, too. It's coming along. Coming along. Life is about endurance, the race, surviving the storm, pacing yourself, making the most of what you have, working with what you've got, and putting in the work. So here I'm just looking at, got some more baby watermelons. A little bit bigger. They're getting a little bit bigger. Out here looking at some things. Like and subscribe, share this video, and I'm gonna go in today. I'm gonna go in on this master class. Hopefully I can get someone else on here to join us, because this isn't a pre-recorded video. This isn't a pre-recorded video. This is a live. Something's been in the cantaloupe, baby. This is a live video. So we can have interaction. You know, black farmers make up 1% in the United States, hold less than 1% of the land. And so this is imagery. Right now you're watching imagery that just doesn't exist on the internet. So here I want to go in, and I'm looking at some cantaloupe today. I'll wait and see if we can get somebody on here. If we get somebody on here, I'll cut one open. So I'll cut one open. If we get somebody on here, I'll cut one open, and we'll take a look at it together. Having a great season, having a great week, and I want to show you something right here. So, all right, so this is a watermelon. It got too much water at one time, and so that's not going to develop. We're going to go ahead and take that off, pinch that off. But right down here, we have another flower. We give it 85 days, then we'll make it. So this is a pollination issue, and I'm not seeing as many flowers. In here as usual, as in the other field. And that's just because of the pollinators, the bees. When it's hot like that, when it's super hot, the bees, oh man, oh, look at these melons. When it's super hot, the bees have, they don't like traveling far distances. And so as we deal with this climate change, hope you can see me okay. Let me come back here. As we deal with this climate change, it's going to require more and more pollinators, more and more bees. Can you see me a little bit better? There we go. It's going to require more pollinators, more bees, and I could just tell that we're going to need some more hives over here. I think I would like at least 3 hives per field. 3 hives per field. But still will produce, but it won't produce. We don't produce as much. And so we've got I'm going to show you some stages of watermelon. So we've got the flowering stage, okay? And then we've got the fruiting stage, okay? And as it rains, and this is going to feed, so it's feeding through the soil, okay? And then when it's going to start putting on, these watermelons are starting to run, okay? So these are old school heirloom types. This type almost went extinct. Oh, something tried it. We need to set some traps, okay? So you haven't seen this type before. This will be a luxury for most people. The people who get one of these watermelons. I'm gonna show you again. People who have the pleasure of getting, oh, look, they trying it. Oh, they trying it. Oh, that's okay. I got a trick for that. They trying it. And they're not even close to being ready. People who get these watermelons, these will be guaranteed the sweetest watermelon that you've ever tasted. Probably even if you're 80 years old, sweetest watermelons you've ever tasted because of the seed. And this seed is acclimated from last year. So we grew this seed out last year and we didn't sell it. Okay. So it was a sacrifice for in the short term, for the long term. So write that down. One thing you have to do is you have to be willing to sacrifice for the long term. And so we have a lot of rich soil out here, a lot of nitrogen in the soil, and we can see by the different grasses and the different weeds that we have here. So there's always a balance, and very healthy. It's very healthy, and these melons and all this produce is sweeter because it's dry farm, because it's not irrigated. So what we do run into some challenges with that because we're at the mercy of nature. But we know nature and life has a way to find a way. So I'm gonna come here and let's look. I'm seeing a cantaloupe. I like the size of this cantaloupe. I like the size and I like the color. So I like the size and I like the color. Okay, I like the color and I like the size. And I'm gonna cut this one open, but I don't have anybody on the live. I don't have anybody. I thought I had somebody there for a second. That's okay. You'll watch the replay. Let's go ahead. I like the color. See how it's more orange than green? Okay? And this could be a little bit bigger, but a lot of times what you don't want the biggest one, okay? Because the biggest one is not necessarily going to be the sweetest. I hope you can hear me okay and see me okay. It's very sunny out here, and so I can't see the screen. I'm going to walk back over here to the shade and talk a little bit more. Farmer Mike live at the big farm, okay? Showing you some fresh organic produce grown in the soil of the Potato King. And Potato King of the world, Junius Grove, used to farm all of this. Watch the documentary by Jacob Handy and vote for him. Great documentarian filmmaker, and that documentary is available for free on PBS. And you can learn about the wealthiest black agricultural farmer of his time who almost took an industry, who did actually take an industry, built several mansions, 3 mansions, amassed a huge amount of amassed a huge amount of wealth, and then somehow he lost it all. But wow, what a run. Check out that documentary. So we're in Edwardsville, Kansas, and I was hoping someone would join us on the live because we're connected to a billion people on this channel. We're connected to a billion people, okay? And so I guess this master class, the lecture, I'll call this master class is Hell is Coming. Hell is Coming. That's the title of this master class. So we have a lot of policies in place right now that want to limit small agricultural producers, and not just specifically black producers, but just small producers, okay? And so really what we need for resilience to get through climate change and all of the environmental disasters and stuff we're having, mosquito, we need really strong national systems distribution, really strong regional, and really strong local. Okay, and so right now the emphasis is on huge agricultural producers. So for egg farmers, that would be 100,000 hens per barn. And so what happens when you have all your eggs in one basket, as Grandmother Phil would say, that sets you up for disaster, basically. And we've seen that with Corona. We've seen that over the years. We've seen that we only have several producers, just a few producers supplying the majority of produce that's grown locally anyway, or regionally throughout the United States. And so we want more smaller systems of distribution, okay? And so because problems will arise with that as we get into the colder months when we can't move the produce because produce is perishable, it's time sensitive, and it's also climate controlled. So when we have negative 16-degree temperatures or we have 105-degree temperatures, the best produce is the produce that's available locally. Okay, and so if we shut down a local distribution, our local producers, then we're setting ourselves up for a disaster. Okay, so what can you do, Farmer Mike? You say the masterclass entitled "Hell is Coming." So the best thing we can do is prepare. Okay, so last year, these heirloom watermelon that you see, I was preparing for this moment last year. Okay, so we sacrificed the instant gratification of last year to be able to do this and provide for you guys today and increase our seed diversity and whatnot. There's just not going to be, we don't have systems in place to get the food to the people fast enough. That's the problem. And the food is perishable. Okay, so right now, Farmer Mike says some things that you should be doing is saving your seeds. And you can save your seeds from things like watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, and things like that. Okay, and then you'll at least have the opportunity, very important right here, because there are a lot of policies in place, some things that are going on behind the scenes that we can't see. So there are blind spots in the system right now, okay? So there are blind spots that all will hit more than likely at the same time, and that's where you have huge collapses of systems. So real quick, before I go over and cut open one of these cantaloupes, that would be like you go to get some lettuce and they're all out of lettuce, and it says, we don't have any lettuce for you, and because we removed it from the shelves out of abundance of caution. Now, what they're not telling you is, that 3 people died and 12 people in 6 states got sick. How is that possible? Because you only have a few people producing all of this produce that's going around throughout the country, okay? And their margins are being squeezed with tariffs and other things. Labor's high, so they're cutting corners, okay? And so when you cut corners, so on cantaloupes and things like that, it would be maybe that you missing some steps for bleaching, or just you have bad sanitization practices and things like that, where the farmers may be using a restroom in the field, and so you've got feces and bacteria and things like that, and so you're skipping steps. And so I'm a big proponent for local systems, national systems, and regional systems. They all have to work together because sometimes you have crop loss and sometimes you have extreme weather. So let's go over here and let's cut open a cantaloupe and let's take a look live, because I want to show you live. And so I was hoping we would get someone. I've seen some people have come and gone, and and I could it is important, but it's not sensational. So if you're looking for something sensational, this is not this is not the channel. But I guarantee you that you're going to want to know how to do this. This is going to be very important in the future, okay, to be able to do this, to grow your own food, because believe it or not, hell is coming. So let's go over here and go over here. Oh, man. Okay, so something's in the watermelon, and this just shows, I'm just going to show you what we have to deal with as farmers. Show you what we have to deal with. Okay, so this, of course, immature. Something has already got inside here. I need to talk to Bob. We need to get some traps down here today. Okay, so see this melon, see the seeds, very unique. That's because it's heirloom. Now I can still save these seeds, and each one of these seeds will make another watermelon plant. And this watermelon, I need to get out my bricks meter and test it. I'm gonna test it too, but it's to me, it's still not ready yet. But we have an issue with animals, okay? Also, right here, just this one, we got a little issue with disease, okay? And that's just water. That's because a lot of water was in here in airflow. But still, very healthy, still putting out watermelons, okay? We're still putting out watermelons, but what we need to watch. So when you walk the field, you're looking for stuff like this. Timing is everything. So now is the time to get out here and get some traps down, okay? Because it's starting to be a problem, okay? It's starting to be a problem. So as soon as you see the problem, if you act on the problem, without thinking, just act on the problem, then 9 out of 10 times, you'll rectify that problem in that situation. So that's why we want to walk the fields on days like this, even if we think that the produce may not be ready. So let's come over here and let's cut open something, because we do have some things ready right here, and very bright outside today. So hopefully I can. All right, here we are. So let's come down here. This is the color that we want, so that's a good color. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off.